Assalamualaikum and good morning. My name is Nabihah binti Rodzi. Notice number 275401, and today I would like to present about the benefits of the conventions to the host country. So first of all, this is my table of contents of this presentation. So number 1 is what is MICE, number 2 is purpose of MICE, number 3 is benefits of conventions to the country, specifically Malaysia, and number 4 is impact of COVID to MICE, and number 5 is new normal practices, and lastly 6 is conclusions. So first of all, what is MICE? MICE is also meetings, incentive, conference, and exhibits are all abbreviated as MICE. Although involving in different kinds of size and complexity, there's the same common thing, which is for business travels. And moreover, globally, this industry alone generated more than $1 trillion worldwide in 2017. So, what's the definitions of MICE? As we all know, as I mentioned before, meetings, incentive, conference, and exhibitions. Meeting is defined as a gathering of individuals in a shared area for a common purpose. It gathers colleagues from the same organizations, industry, or project together to discuss difficulties and to make strategies and establish objectives. Next is incentive. An incentive is used to praise workers for their excellent work, enhance morale, or increase employee loyalty. These types of events benefit both the hospitality business and the tourism industry directly. For example, a company organize an event which is among them, for example, like having a vacations while giving rewards towards the employee. Next is conference. Assemble a group of people with a common provisions or personal interest in a given subject. The key part of this is for sharing fresh findings and perspective, networking until bidding events. The lastly is exhibitions. Exhibits are often larger scale events that attract thousands of people and exhibitors from all over the world. Exhibitors attend trade exhibitions to showcase and promote their product or service, to generate leads and networking with the new partner. Moving on to the next slide is the purpose of MICE. According to Juliana Hand 2021, the primary purpose is to bring together experts, build connections, and promote new ideas and encourage growth. Therefore, MICE tourism may also contribute to community development, urban redevelopment, and development of national identity. And that is from JETS 2008. And furthermore, it assists the firm in extending its customer base while maintaining the current market. And lastly, MICE tourism helps in synergizing ideas and increase sales and revenues. Next is about the benefits of conventions to country Malaysia, specifically Malaysia. Conventions are often thought as an occasion for people to exchange and demand their expertise and in a certain subjects of interest. So therefore, if by having conventions to the country, it can become the center of attention that might boost the country's status and honor. Next is about stimulations of business activity within the nations and assist the information of better business relationship between firms and allowing for the promote of both national and international interests. Which means that by having conventions, both national and international country can get along and build a good relationship. Next is about it could give provisions opportunity for access to new technology, exchange of ideas, and the establishments of valuable business and professional contact and other social cultural impacts. Next is about meetings, and conference provide opportunity for professional development and networking. Next, it benefits the city through economic growth as well as increase in tourism significance. And the reason why it say like this because economic growth can when people come to the conventions, they will provide money and give money towards the country, and therefore it can also increase the tourism significance and tourism industry income. And lastly, it's the investment in tourism recreations infrastructures increase the number of attractions available to both inhabitants and visitors in a given location. Next, we move to the impacts of COVID-19 to MICE industry. As we all know, on 18 March 2020, the federal government of Malaysia came out with an order for the country to stay at home and quarantine themselves in order to prevent dangerous diseases, which is called COVID-19. As we all know, COVID-19 is a very dangerous disease that can affect people from just by the air spread to the around the air. So MICE events are being held entirely online, eliminating the necessity for tourism and related enterprise. The reason for this is that, as I mentioned earlier, the federal government of Malaysia has come out with an order to stay at home in the house. So therefore, all activities that are related to meeting with people are not allowed, and therefore MICE events are held entirely online. Next is many businesses have gone bankrupt and or on the verge of doing so, which means that without people coming to the country, so everything that related to the tourism or MICE purposes have make them bankrupt because there's no other people come to the country. So next is indebtedness has increased and has uncertainty about the future, which means that there's no people come to the country or people attend the MICE, so the locations have to pay for the rental. So that's why when people doesn't come to the MICE and they do the MICE activity online, so there's no payment provided to the convention center or convention hall, and that's why it becomes indebtedness towards them. So the use of advanced energy has increased structural employments in combinations in the most cases affected industry, such as hotel industry. Like I mentioned earlier, because of COVID-19, we can say that the hotel industry has been affected really bad because of COVID-19, because the government have blocked the entrance of the people to come at our country, and also have blocked the activities in the country to meet and greet people. So next is about new normal practices. By being aware of the endless epidemic, we should learn to live by the new norm where activities involving large numbers of people are unavoidable. Therefore, activities such as MICE must adapt to this new norm. The first is changes must be accepted. MICE firm must also learn to adapt to changing situations, in which by having abilities, we allow event planner to be more flexible in responding to unexpected occurrence. And next, number 2 is about crowd control. Ensure that everyone adheres to the social and safe distance guidelines. As an example, the move-in and move-out entrance should be partially open to create an airflow. And number 3, hybrid conventions, ability to join without traveling is becoming more wide knowledge. And lastly, number 4, mobile applications allow participants to use any type of gadgets and operating system to gain access to an event. It also are more environmentally friendly option than venue-based events. Lastly, conclusions to sum up what has been stated. The business of the meeting, which includes meeting, conventions and elections, may be the greatest options for city aiming to maximize income, but also addressing larger economic and social policy goals for the goods of the local community. However, the impact of COVID-19 that had hit the country has greatly changed the real concept of MICE, where activities such as MICE have been switched to online or hybrid. That's all from me. Thank you.